And welcome to Co-op Guild. This is Steve. I'm here to talk about something different today. The most anticipated games of 2024. So I see you got Greg here with us. Hey Greg, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, so when you're joining us live here today, let us know. I'd love to hear your own thoughts on most anticipated games as well. Hey Jess, nice to see you here. Euthia, oh man, a lot of Euthias calling there. Hey Derek, yes it is the Steve, I am here. Hey Brian, how's it going? And I see Elaine. Hey Elaine, how's it going? Nice to see you here as well. Sweet, lots of friends here. Okay. Yeah, so this is gonna be a fun chat. We'll keep it kind of loose, but the premise of this is I'm gonna have some honorable mentions, and then the rest of the list is going to be stuff I've been looking forward to. So most of it, I think all of it, is targeted to deliver this year. I think there's one exception I'll mention as we go. So yes, thank you, Greg. I am feeling better every day. We're getting there. So, and I see, yes, Brian says his most anticipated is Rogue Angels Leviathan Wilds. Sweet, nice. Yes, we're going to be talking about lots of fun games. I bet there might be some surprises on the list for some people. So, okay, let's start the fun. All right. I'm going to start off with the honorable mentions. I've got two of them. And these honorable mentions are, I'm calling them that way because I don't have either they haven't launched yet in one case, or I don't have a lot of information, or I haven't really played it yet. That's the main thing, I haven't played it yet. So let's start with the first one. And that is going to be Elder Scrolls. And so this is by Chip Theory Games. It is based upon the popular IP, Elder Scrolls, where you're running around an open world, leveling up, battling boss, going through dungeons, all that fun stuff, getting loot. I actually don't own any Chip Theory games. I am hoping this will be the one that breaks into my collection. It's not that I haven't enjoyed their content, it's just that none of it has really grabbed me where, like, yes, I want a copy of that. So yeah, and I hope this one's good. So this one, I haven't played this one. I've dabbled with it. The cool thing about it is you choose a species and a class that kind of combines into your powers. It's got a really cool cooldown system, which I love a lot. And the fun thing is you have a lot of choices of how you level up. It's very open-ended. And depending on where you level up, you have these tracks on opposing ends, and if I level up a lot in one area, I can only level up a little bit on the other area because it's got a self-balancing mechanism in it. It looks really cool, really cool. So I am hoping to try this one out. Like I said, this is my honorable mention. I've only dabbled with it, and I want to know more. Very interested in this one. So, Jess, you're all in on this one. Okay, yeah. I hope this one's good too. I hope it's good. I mean, Chip Theory Games, they make solid stuff. It's very premium products, and that's been my hesitation with jumping on their games, because they're expensive, but then they're price fine for what they do. It's just a premium product, right? And so for me, I need a lot of confidence coming in there if I'm going to drop those numbers. So I have too much money to chip through games as it is, Matt. Yes. I see some of the people. Ludonym says he's excited for Rogue Angels and Arydia. Okay, that's awesome. We might be talking about some of these in the future. Jonathan says gotta be ready for him. Sweet. Okay, so that's my first honorable mention. Let's move on to my second one. So my second one, if you know me, is probably not a surprise. And there's not a whole lot of information on this one. But it is Defenders of the Realm, Legends Retold. So Defenders of the Realm, I have all of the first version of this one. It is a lot of people describe it as fantasy pandemic, and it holds a very special place for me because this is a game I played all the time with Kim and her brother. And every time they came over, we always played this game. We had epic moments in this one. The cool thing about it is you are leveling up. You can travel around wherever you want, go on quests, getting more equipment, more loot, leveling up, stuff like that. And you are trying to stop 4 generals from marching and reaching the center city, Monarch City. If they take Monarch City, you lose the game. Your job is to take out each of the 4 generals, and there's other ways of losing as well. And over the years, there's been a lot of additions to the game where you can like create custom heroes and stuff like that. I actually don't have a playthrough of this one on the channel. I should probably do that. But this one is Legends Retold. So they're taking that same concept and creating a whole new game, which is good because as much as I enjoy Defenders of the Realm, I also recognize it's dated. It's been a while. It's very dated design. And so I've seen this one. I've seen some playthroughs of it, and it looks very cool. It's interesting that now you have a hero with a specific deck of cards instead of drawing generic deck of cards with powers. And when you activate your abilities, you will be moving along this track. And the more things you do, the more this track fills up. After all the heroes are done taking the turns, that track will then reverse, and the bad guys will use those points to do bad stuff. So the more things you do on your turn, the more bad things will happen later on. So it's a kind of a balancing system. But there's also some specific points on the track you want to hit to try to achieve some end. So I don't have a whole lot of information on this. It's supposed to be launching this spring, so I'll be looking out for that one. But yeah, that's another honorable mention. Like I said, haven't played it. Just looked really cool. Interested in that one. Those are my 2 honorable mentions. Waiting on the new one. Vital Lacerda game inventions. Yeah. No, I enjoy heavy euros, but the problem with heavy euros is they're not cooperative. That's what it comes down to. I am very much a cooperative player. That's hence the channel, the focus on channel. Like, if I don't play competitive game, I'm totally fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. So yeah, I do like Voidfall. So, but Voidfall is on my. I enjoyed that one because it was co-op. I enjoyed that quite a bit. So, okay, still on the fence with Earthborn Rangers. You know what, Jess? I am too. I'm on the fence on that one too. I need to play it. I played it, an early version of it, and I had there's some things I liked about it, some things I wasn't sure about it. So I want to try the published one. But I hear a lot of people really love that game. So, okay. 2 honorable mentions. Let's get into the actual list. Now, this list is no particular order except for the last one. Okay, let's start off with the first one, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice Apocalypse. So this is an expansion to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice, and I did play this one. I did get the demo of this one. I'm a huge fan of Triton Noir stealth system. I love stealth games. This might not be the only stealth game on this list. So... yes, I'm sorry, Derek. I got sick. I know you brought it over. We'll play it again. This is the Earthborn Rangers. I know. So, thanks for watching a list of all the games Steve is going to spend our money on. Sorry, Kim. I'm sorry in advance. Sorry. So the good news is a lot of these have already been purchased. So there, it's already coming. So, but this one, this is an expansion. That's the big, and it is a miniature heavy game. A lot of miniatures in this one. The cool thing about it is Triton Noir, their headquarters is very close to Ubisoft. And so when they made the first Assassin's Creed game, and they were able to go visit them, just like down the street or something like that, and actually like collaborate with the team that owns the intellectual property. And so it was really cool to see how that came together in the board game. And we have I think we have a full playthrough of that one, the whole campaign. This is a brand new setting. Like, the video game has not approached this setting at all. It's very cool because it's in the jungles. And the nice thing about this, it's adding in new elements to stealth that are really fun, where you can cross between tiles by if they're connected with jungles, like you jump from treetop to treetop, basically. There's also like crocodiles and snakes in here. There's an open world system as well, so you are not only are you going through on these missions, but you're going through the open world, and you need to spend your time wisely as you travel to get to a safe zone to start the next mission. Very much looking forward to this one. We will be covering this when it arrives. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice. So this is a stealth game that's action point based with dice mechanics as well. So lots of miniatures in this one, lots of miniatures. And they're probably gonna be very high quality if it's anything like the Brotherhood of Venice. But that's probably the biggest thing is it's an expensive game, and this is an expansion. You need the base game for that one. So Haven't had enough crocodiles and snakes yet. Yeah, we have plenty of crocodiles in our D&D campaigns. That's for sure. That's for sure, including him. So, okay, but yeah, very cool game. I'm looking forward to that one. Another game that I've been waiting for a while. This has been a long time coming. Is Union City Alliance. So this is another superhero game. I know people are like, oh, God. I know. But this one's different. This one stands out. Because I love superhero themes. I like playing a lot of them. This one I'm very, very excited for. It is a deck builder, but it's not a deck builder in the normal sense of the term. So in this game, you are playing as a superhero, and you have a starting deck of cards, and you're going to be exploring the city. So your city you'll actually add tiles to the city as you move about the board. And basically you are playing through different chapters to eventually face a boss at the end and defeat the boss to win the game. So, but what's unique about this is the deck building aspect of itself. So normally when a deck building game, you've got a row of cards to buy. Cool, fine. In this one, and you can see in the picture here, there are cards that get added to the locations. So in order to like buy cards for my deck, I need to go to that spot and then spend resources to get added to my deck. So that's really fun. The other thing that's interesting is you have a deck of cards that you actually level up with. So not only can I deck build from the stuff, the generic supply out there, but I also have special cards just for me to level up with. Very, very cool. And the other thing that stands out about this is most of the superhero games out there are go beat the bad boss, right? And there's not a whole lot going on. This is a city. And the cool thing about it is there's events and things to do in the city instead of just going after the boss. It might be a runaway bus, go save the bus. Or it might be a rooftop chase, take down the criminal. Or it might be as simple as, hey, take pictures with fans. And all these things come out of the game, and it makes the city feel more alive. And I really enjoy that part of this one. So this is coming, going to be delivering pretty soon, I think. I'm not sure exactly when, maybe like Q2 or something like that, maybe Q3. And after it delivers, there's already plans for expansion. So this is going to be a supported product, and they're going to relaunch so you can get your hands on this one. I will definitely be covering this one as well. Union City Alliance. Yeah, save your cat and tree, exactly. That's like the stuff you can do in this one. It's fun. And it's got vibes of Sentinels of the Multiverse. In fact, the designers are huge fans of Sentinels of the Multiverse. And I believe they have some even fan-made content for it, which is really, really cool. So you can get some inspiration from that one. So, Union City Alliance. Okay, let's keep going down the list. We got lots of games to talk about. This next one is probably, if you guys got bingo card, you can probably cross this one off. That is Deep Rock Galactic. I love this game. I absolutely love this game. This game has been excellent. I am very excited for these two expansions. This is based upon the popular video game, which I enjoy playing as well. This is going to add missions, more mission types, which I'm really looking forward to, and more enemy types, and a way to level up in the game, which is really, really fun. You have these short approaches. Yeah, I'm really excited for this, Greg. It's going to be great. And if this is anything like the core set, it was a premium product. Like, they did a fantastic job quality-wise. I'm expecting the same here. It was expensive, for sure. It's not easy on the wallet, but this one sees play. This one hits the table regularly. It's a lot of fun. So very much excited for this one. All the things adding to it. This will definitely hit the channel, of course. So I've talked about this a lot already on the channel, so I'm not going to talk too much more about it, but very, very excited for Deep Rock Galactic. Both these expansions are going to be great. Okay, I think I saw this on some of you guys' list. This next game we'll talk about. Yeah, that is Rogue Angels. Rogue Angels. Burning Suns. This is going to be an epic game. And I say that because the designer has shown spoiler-free like campaign mapping of this. This is a big old campaign space game. It's basically Mass Effect, the board game. You can kind of think about it that way. And the campaign, all the choices and the different branches in the story, how it goes, is massive. It's a massive game. Every game I've played of this has been a blast. We've got a lot of streams with Barrett from Meet Me at the Table, and Derek from Kenji Studios, and I, and Kim, she loved this one as well. It has a very clever card system where you're playing cards in front of you to do powers, and then there's a cooldown as they slide down. And the cool thing about that is your wounds also go in there, so you have to like balance your abilities with your wounds. AI is very easy to play or easy to activate. Works well. The dice are nice in that they give you more stuff for tactical advantage. It's not just roll to hit. It's like, oh, now I can move, or now I get a small boost, now I get some shields. Very, very cool. Yeah, so you can like Rogue Angels. Yeah, it's a great one. It's a great one. And I agree with you, Derek. The card play in this one's excellent. Excellent card play for Rogue Angels. Definitely be on the lookout for this one. It's a massive campaign. This one's gonna have replayability too. All the characters feel very unique. You're gonna be using stickers, or I think the removable stickers, and then keeping track of your alignments and stuff like that. It's a fun one, really fun one. Go check this one out if you haven't seen it already. Rogue Angels. Okay, moving on to another game that has been fantastic. Leviathan Wilds. This game is a blast to play. Absolutely a blast. It's by Mooncrab Games, and they did a fantastic job with this one. It is basically... Oh, what's that video game? We climbed the giant... Oh, Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus, the board game. And so this one, you are trying to help these giant Leviathans, these giant creatures. And basically, they've got crystals on them that have made them go crazy, and your job is to knock off all the crystals so they return to a calm and normal state. And in this one, you are playing cards from your hand. This is another really good card play game. You're playing cards from your hand, and one of the cards you play will give you how many actions you have on your turn. The rest of the cards you play you can use for their abilities. And the actions you could do are be like climbing up this guy as you approach the spot, and there's safe spots on them, because what happens is as you go through your deck, if you ever need to draw a card and you cannot, you lose your grip. That's basically your stamina, and you fall. But you fall into a safe spot. So you can also go to a safe spot to rest and get your cards back into your deck so you can keep climbing. There's a lot of cooperative elements in this one where I could play cards out of turn to help you to dodge a nasty effect. All the Leviathans feel very different in how they work, and it's very easy to set up too because it's just a book. Flip of the book to the Leviathan you want to play. You choose the character you want to play with a class. You can actually combine them. So I could be like a healer class with this guy, or a striker class with this guy. You can choose lots of different stuff. This is going to be a really great one. Really great one. You reminded me of all my money that went last year. Stephen Kim made me buy it. Well, these games I have confidence in, so yes. And yes, it plays easy back for me. Well, good. This one's a good one. I do recommend this one. Back to all these games I could probably recommend. So yeah, this one I'm looking forward to it. This is Leviathan Wilds. So that's coming up. It should be delivering this year. We'll definitely be hitting the channel when it does. Excellent game. I saw this next game we're talking about was already mentioned by somebody on our chat right with us. And it is, yeah, another stealth game. SAS Rogue Regiment. This is cool. It is, you're playing as members of the SAS, and it's all scenario based. The cool thing about this one that stands out is it is very deterministic. There's very little luck in this game. The luck comes into play with not knowing exactly how the enemies are going to move, but you have some indication of how they might move. And of course, when the alarm goes off, then there's a little more luck when you shoot your weapon, stuff like that. But most of the time in this game, you are just doing deterministic actions. And there's the cool thing about it is the characters themselves, some of them will be stationary and just turning to face different directions. Others will be walking along these patrol paths. And there's like hedgerows you can duck behind and pop over the hedgerows and go take them out. And then you gotta go, hide the body, hide the body in the bushes or something like that. It's a really cool game. The other thing is you can build your own scenarios, which is good because I felt like the scenarios, because it's so deterministic, then it's gonna feel more like a puzzle. And so you're going to need a lot of scenario variety to keep this one going. But the fact that you can do your own scenarios, I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm concerned because I haven't heard a specific game yet. I'm curious what game you're talking about, Derek. Oh, it might be on the list. I think I might know what you're talking about. It's coming up. It's coming up. Derek has already covered the only superhero game of 2024. There might be another one on the list. We'll see. We'll see this one. Yeah, Jonathan, this is very cool. I do have a playthrough of this on this channel, so you can take a look at that. It if you're looking for like a heavy tactical play options when it comes to stealth, this is a great choice. Great choice. Lots of line of sight stuff to worry about. Like there are windows, and you can like pop up and take out a guy through the window and then pull them through, for example. And you can set traps on the ground for some people that walk around. It's really fun. It's really fun. Okay, SAS Rogue Regiment, and we will definitely be covering this one as well. I think pretty much all these games are coming for us. I think they all are at some point. All right, speaking of Derek's concern, I'm wondering if this one is the one you're thinking about, Derek. Marvel United. It's not a list of anticipated games without mentioning Marvel United here. Season 3, the multiverse. We love Marvel United here. It is so great. The variety of characters, the quick play, and it just has this nice puzzle element, a heavy cooperative element too, as well as you're working together to try to take down the boss. Because every card you play, those same actions are going to be given to the next person's turn. So there's a lot of talking back and forth. And I mean, if you guys know our channel, we cover this one all the time, and with Derek too. Derek does a fantastic job with this one. We did play the Into the Spider-Verse. I'm trying to think of the exact title of it. Into the Spider-Verse, I think is the name of it, which is a standalone product that is taking some of the elements of season 3 and loved them. Absolutely love what they did. So I'm really, really excited to see all the new stuff, because if that product is any indication what season 3 is going to be, it's going to be fantastic. Fantastic. I can hear my cat's crying in the other room. I know. It's it takes up so much space, but it's so good, and it hits the table. It's such an easy approach for games. Spider-Geddon. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. In particular, looking forward to seeing well, a lot of these characters looking at, but having where is he? He's on here. Oh, the team decks. I'm very excited for. So if you're using certain characters, you can have this additional team deck, which has additional benefits to everyone at the table, which I'm really, really excited for. Equipment as well, which we've seen in Spider-Geddon. Galactus is joining the roster, and he's not that big, which is good. I did see a print of him at Gen Con this past year, and he was big, but he wasn't ginormous, which is great. We don't need a Marvel Zombies Galactus. That thing is massive. So don't have a whole lot more to say about this one, because we cover this one all the time, but very much looking forward to Marvel United Season 3. Moving on to another game that is stealth-based, but I am loving this one, was Earth Under Siege Flashpoint. This is basically XCOM in a box. I would describe this one. You are playing as a elite fighter force. Aliens have invaded planet Earth, and we are trying to take it back using all sorts of methods. And this is a campaign-based game with branching storyline. The nice thing about this is the campaign itself, I believe, it's not that long. It's only like 9 missions or something like that, with branches in there, so it's very replayable. This has also excellent card play. Excellent card play. Every character plays very different and how they work, and the cards have a top effect and bomb effect. The bomb effect is a boosted effect. So if you have the right elements when you're rolling dice, you can generate these resources to power your stronger versions of your cards. These options when it comes to tactical play, this is a super heavy tactical game. Very heavy tactical play. Very heavy. And I say that because there's just a lot going on. There's like cameras in the hallways, and they will turn and face, but you can go underneath them outside the line of sight, and you can maybe disable them that way. There's control rooms, so you can go in there and like take out the guards there, so the cameras aren't functional. The aliens have a very cool AI system, and they have patrols walk around the board. Um, they have alien technology, which you can actually take potentially if you can figure them out. So, like the scientists in this game, who isn't as combat focused, is actually really good. They have their own unique. The support character is actually very, very powerful in this game in their own ways, which I love. The other thing about this, which is really, really nice, is you can easily play with different size teams. So I can't remember what the minimum character count in this game is off the top of my head, but it doesn't matter because like I can play a 4 character game, and I can take a character and flip the board over and play a reduced version of that character. So I can focus on my own card play, without necessarily playing with theirs. Good question, Jess. This is Earth Under Siege Flashpoint. I have a playthrough of this one, and we'll be covering this as well. There's a lot of mentions of this one. Very, very fun card play. I did sit down with the designer after the campaign. I had some feedback for him, and I'm very happy to say that after I sat down with him later, talked through some of the things, he made a lot of really nice changes to this. And it really, all the concerns I had went away. He had solutions for them, is what I'm trying to say. So optimistic for this one. Earth Under Siege. So lots of fun stuff in that one. 20 missions with about 30 special ops. Yeah, oh, thank you, Steve. Yeah, thank you. So it's a lot of content. Yeah, special ops are really cool. I forgot about that. So the other thing interesting about this is not only do you have these extra missions you go on, but when you approach the game, you can approach it with a different strategy. Like, for example, you can cut the power to the building, which will make it easier for you to sneak around. However, the bad guys are more aware of your presence because there's no power, right? So that's a whole new strategy. It gives you new equipment, so you can approach that way. You can also approach with I think it's called like a breach and clear. Well, now I have certain tools to bust into a room and clear it out quickly before the enemy can respond. And each of these strategies you can choose before you approach the mission, and it changes how the mission plays out. It's very cool game. So, oh yeah, talking about Marvel United. Thank you, Jonathan. Yes, so many stealth games. I know, Ludonym. I love my stealth games. I'm a sucker for them. So anything with stealth, and I get real excited. So, trying to play it out. So, but yeah, the really fun game, Earth Under Siege. Looking forward to that one. Okay, getting away from stealth for a bit. Going to a intellectual property game. Slay the Spire. So this is a game that I do play. Do play the video game of it. This is a roguelike deck builder game. I enjoy the video game quite a bit, and I sat down to play the board game version of it. And after the first play of this, I was instantly sold. It is a great experience. I'll say that with a caveat though. Like, if you're gonna play this solo only, then you can just play the video game, honestly. The thing that this does differently is it makes it co-op, and the co-op is actually very good. So in this game, the whole premise is you're starting at let's see if I can find a map here. Yeah, here's an example of a map. And you're going up this board to the very top with it's a boss. And you can do this 3 times, fight a boss each time, then you kind of win the game. And as you go up these paths, you will maybe go to the market, buy some stuff, maybe find some treasures. A lot of times you'll have different battles. And then the battles are set up on the side of the board. And the nice thing about it is you can help out other people in a big ways as you try to work together. It reminds me of the cooperation in like Battle for Greatboard, for example. If you've played that deck builder game, this has that level of cooperation. The cool thing about this is the deck building of this is excellent because you have your own deck of cards to build from. Each class has a very specific deck, so there's a lot of strategies within that class to play and build out. So yeah, really enjoyed this one, Slay the Spire. I can't wait for this one to come out. Yeah, it looks like a really great production. The thing that's going to be interesting is when you upgrade your cards, you're going to take the cards out of the sleeve and flip them around, put back in the sleeve, which will be interesting experience. So I'm curious how the sub and teardown will be for this one. That's one thing I'm kind of concerned about, but the game itself should be really, really fun. And Derek, you like Slay the Spire too? So yeah, this game's great. Really great. Looking forward to that. Okay. Next game, I won't talk a whole lot about because you guys probably already know a lot about that, but that's Isofarian Guard. This is on the list because there is new content coming. I love this game. This is a big old open world 1 to 2 player epic adventure, and it's using a lot of chips, pulling chips out of a bag, and activating abilities. You can literally go wherever you want in the world, and you're crafting things. It is a really, really fun game. I had this on the list because there's going to be new content coming, and I have put my current play of this one on hold until that new content comes because I can't wait for the new stuff. They've added some new rules which help a lot with avoiding battles, because a lot of times when you move around the board, you can have a lot of battles, and this way you can run past them for a negative effect. The big one, though, I like a lot is the prestige. So what this is going to add is each city is going to have different tasks you can do. And when you complete those tasks, you'll get basically renowned in that city. They'll recognize you, they'll like you. And it might be something like, hey, stay at our inn at a reduced cost because you took out whatever, those crocodiles in the water. I don't know, make something up here. But so that's going to be a way to make the world feel even more alive, where they recognize you. There's also going to be a new puzzle element, which sounds really cool. New cards, of course. So very much looking forward to Isofarian Guard. Yeah, you're waiting patiently to continue playing. I think a lot of people are, just honestly. It is an excellent game. It was my game of the year. So, of course, I'm looking forward to the new content. That's the only thing bad about launching that new content. It's like, well, I could keep playing. It's fine, but like, I really want the new stuff. I'm gonna wait. Do you think the rules change will make it better? I can even confirm with you, Brian, that they do make it better. Because some of the rules you can play without any additional content, like the running mechanism. Really enjoyed that quite a bit. They're also, I think they're going to approach the water a lot, because the water is set up so that every enemy is an ambush, which means you can't run away from it. But I think they're going to change that as well, so this have like rebalance it, make it more interesting. So, but yeah, so I think already the rules changes are making better. I think I'm looking forward to the new stuff to see how that affects this. This is one of those games that if you want to grind, you can absolutely do that. And a lot of people have gotten into that, where it's kind of hard to get some of the really rare items, and it takes a lot of effort to do so. But yeah, this is one that Kim and I have absolutely loved. Absolutely love this one. That's a Isofarian Guard. All right, keep going. So next one I've played on the channel, and I am very much looking forward to Keep the Heroes Out boss battles. So Keep the Heroes Out is a very fun deck building game, I guess it's called. Well, it's not really deck building. It's got a lot of deck building in it, but it's a dungeon defense game. The whole premise is you are the baddies in the dungeon. You are the dragon, the skeletons, the oozes, whatever it is, and you have all this loot in this dungeon, and it's your hard-earned cash, and these heroes are coming in, they're taking your loot. So you gotta stop them. So the original game is you had to survive 2 waves in this dungeon before they took all your treasure, or the treasure in your main room. If you did that, you win the game. The issue we ran into was the difficulty level of the game. There's either something that was too easy or kind of too hard, and you needed something in between. The nice thing about this is I love all the changes that Boss Battles implemented. So I did play this with the designer, and so some new changes they added were rookies. So rookies, it's a weak enemy that pops up, and there's only one of them. So instead of normally you spawn 2 enemies for each spawn card, and the nice thing about them is they're carrying loot or items. So when you destroy them, they'll drop something, and that's going to help you craft. In this game, when you craft, you get cards in your deck. And so it not only does it reduce the enemy count, but also gives you the resource you need to deck build. And that is like a double whammy of win. And you can just throw those in the deck very easy. And you can easily tweak the difficulty from that. So that's really nice. The other thing that was added was the goal. So in the original game, you need to survive 2 waves. Now you have a boss. A boss pops up on the last wave, and your job is to defeat the boss before when you run out of the cards in the deck, or they steal your treasure. If you beat the boss, you win the game. So now it feels like an active win condition as opposed to a more passive one, because we're kind of waiting around not losing as opposed to like actively trying to take out a boss. Very cool. All the bosses play differently, and the nice thing is once you defeat the boss, you can actually use them. I defeat the stone troll. Well, now they're a playable character in the game. Love that. Adds a lot more variety in it. Very, very cool. And they're also adding additional tiles so you can interact with, stuff like that. This is a great one. Yeah, super cute meeples in this one. And they're big too, really big meeples. This is all done by one guy, Luca. Bruh? I think it's Breuh is his last name. Might be mispronouncing that. But fantastic job. He does the design, the artwork, everything for this one. Boss battles. But yeah, this is one of those expansions that like everything he added I loved. So thank you, Derek. I'm so bad at telling people to hit the like button, but please do. It does help. It does help. Okay, we've got a couple more games on the list. 3 more games. So, and then we are done. I've got a lot of stuff to talk about here. So the next one. This was a game that took Kim and I by surprise. It was something that I was very interested in, and I was excited to be given the opportunity to preview it, and absolutely loved the experience. And that is Stonesaga by Open Owl Games. Stonesaga is a survival game, I guess it got called, and you are cavemen, Neanderthals, and you venture into this valley, and you are just trying to make a life for yourself. And sorry, good joke there. So you make a life for yourself, and this one's very cool. That you will be exploring the world around you with these tiles. It's very visual, where you can actually if you see like a lake on the tile you're on, guess what? You can go fishing in the lake. If you see a river on it, you can go fish in the river. When I see a forest, I'm going to go foraging. You will flip over cards, and the cards are very nicely illustrated. And if I see a mushroom on that card, well, guess what? I can harvest that mushroom. So it's these mechanics and visualization like merge together beautifully in this game, beautifully, and it tells this whole story of your tribe as you're trying to build up your civilization. And the cool thing about this is your characters will age and die out, and you have to roll new characters or add new characters to the game. But the characters that die out, their knowledge will transfer to future generations. You'll be able to call upon their expertise and their knowledge. It's just a really cool game. There's also these giant Leviathans in this game that will be marching around. How you interact them is up to you. You can try to maybe be more aggressive towards them. Maybe you can convince them other ways, trying to learn their secrets. The highlight of this one game, though, is the crafting system. By far, the best crafting system I've seen in a board game. Easy. And I say that because it is such a clever system, and it just makes sense from a natural perspective. So, like, for example, if I have a stick and a pointy rock, whatever, if I turn the stick sideways and put a point at the end of it, well, that probably makes a spear, right? So in the game, that might make a spear. But if I take that stick and I take that point and turn it the other way, well, that might make an axe, because now I'm not swinging an axe down, right? And that's how that works in the game. The orientation of your items will generate this code, and you look in the book and you see what it creates, these recipes, and it's very engaging, very cool. And we had a lot of fun trying to figure out, how do I make a drum? It's like, well, I've got this fur. Can I use the fur? How to make a bowl? It's just awesome. Love it. Big fan of this one. Yes. We were trying to figure out how to make a drum thing. Exactly. Oh, so fun. Like, how do we make this work? And we want to make something else instead. Like, I was trying to figure out how to make clothes. It's great. It's great. Me, caveman, big rocks, make fit. Oh gosh, it was so fun. So yeah, Stonesaga, really absolutely love this one. Excellent game. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that unfolds. Because they added new stuff we haven't seen, like recipes, so they're gonna make different recipes, and you can have pets, basically familiars that run around with you. But yeah, love that game. All right, moving on to something I don't think a lot of people would expect on this. Second last game, and I very much enjoy war games, but like I've been kind of waiting for like one war game to like really like sing to me, and this I believe is it. Company of Heroes, the second edition. I went over to one of my buddy's place, and he had the first edition of this game. Loved it, absolutely loved it. And I say that because it is a very approachable war game. In that, if you know nothing about war or anything, you can have a lot of fun playing this one. It is a premium product, so a lot of miniatures, like the buildings. You actually can open them up to put units inside if you want. They have destroyed versions of the buildings. There's all these checkpoints around the board, and that's basically going. You're going to get a checkpoint. You try and get points. The checkpoints will also give you resources. The resources will let you build more units, research to build more units to like maybe get those tanks or level up your units as well. There's a way to play with a reduced easy rule set versus a hard one. And of course, this does have cooperative play, which is a big thing because I was like, there's so many war games out there that are solo friendly. Most of them are competitive, but this one does have co-op play in it, and I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, you have this one coming. So it is a great one. Yeah, I went all in on this one. I'm very excited to see this whole thing. So they add a ton like the cover fire and everything in there. It feels kind of like what do I say, like what's those real-time strategy games? I'm trying to think of something like StarCraft-ish type thing. It feels more like that, right? But of course, you got the war theme on it, and I know the theme's going to push people away, but like I said, the theme is integrated into the mechanics. You can know nothing about this and have a blast. Like, I think the special abilities of the tanks align with what they are in reality, but you don't have to. If you know a little bit about the tank, you might recognize it, but otherwise, it's just a fun experience, a really fun one. Monopoly is also considered a war game in our house. True statement. Monopoly. It was not supposed to be a real game, which is kind of funny. It was not supposed to. It was supposed to be a representation of economic systems that don't work, and somehow it became a really popular board game. So. Okay, so Company of Heroes. This one I'm hoping to cover on the channel. I'm getting it. I'm going to talk about it for sure. But it's a big game. It's a big game, and I don't know if I don't have the space of the technology to really cover it well. We'll see. We'll see what we can do about that. Okay. Last game to talk about on this list. And I saved this one for last because this was on our end of the year list. This is probably no one's surprise. Arydia, The Path We Dare Tread. This game is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I was able to play with a demo copy of this one. It is basically an RPG in a box. That's what comes down to it. Very clean system where it's open world, go wherever you want, do anything you want, and you are trying to... The general goal is you're trying to get these resources to pay for travel to another part of the world. And there's a whole overarching story, or the story you're trying to figure out, but you're exploring the world and you're just talking to people and uncovering quests. So you can go into like inn, and one person can grab the card for the NPC, and it tells you what characteristics they are. Are they jolly? Are they sarcastic? You know, whatever it is. And you can read in that style. And then it has a lot of choices you can make in the game, which is really fun. So it has this very natural feel to it, how it plays. Yeah, wait for this one too. Pledge for this one. Yeah, this one's a great one. This was when I played the demo. I did not want to give this away. Like, I want to can I just keep the demo? This is great. It was only part of the game, but oh man, it was so fun. And I've talked to other content creators who've covered this one too, and they loved it too. It's gonna be a good one, guys. It's gonna be really good. So you've got different classes you can pick. You have a world map, which you'll be moving your pawn around. Each of your player boards pack up really nicely. You have a nice storage solution there. You have a loot box, which has unique gear for just you. The really cool thing about this is when you see something on the map, you actually can zoom into it. So you will grab the title layout there, or technically cardstock layout there, and you'll be moving around this board, and you'll be exploring it. And the cool thing is it's got built-in persistence. So like, this is just made up. There's no spoilers here. Let's say there's an inn, and in the process of fighting or dealing with something, I made the choice, and unfortunately I had to burn down the inn to take care of the, I don't know, ooze in there. Who knows, right? Well, guess what? Now I take that that tile out and I replace it with a new tile with a burned in on it. So next time I come back to the location, that inn is no longer be present. It's gonna be burned down. It's got this cool element to it. It's very clever, very ambitious game. This is by the same designer who did Zaya, the space exploration game. But yeah, really great. Oh, and the miniatures are being painted too, which is really cool. Yes, Baron and Colin reading NPCs were great. Hit and miss for sure, absolutely. I told Colin, when I got a chance to play this one, it's like, Colin, whatever you back this game, just back it. Trust me, you're gonna like this one. So, he hasn't had the chance. I don't even know if he's dived into it at all, but it's very much gonna be their type of game for sure. Yeah, Elaine. I followed the creation of the game. Interesting. I love the personal approach of the creator in sharing. Yes, the creator. Oh, what's his name? I just lost it. Super nice guy. One of the nicest guys you meet, and he's very open. And he's been unfortunately his son has been going through some hard times, medical conditions, and it's been amazing seeing the journey and him sharing that with the community has been awesome. So class act. Love the game. Designer's great. So very much looking forward to it. This is my number one anticipated game of 2024. Been waiting for this one for a while, so can't wait for them to hit. Okay, that was a long list, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I enjoyed trying to work through all the stuff, try to figure out what to cover here. But there are other games that are upcoming that I'm looking forward to, but I don't have a lot of information on them. But this list here is stuff that I felt like I was confident about them to talk about them. So 2024 is gonna be filled with games. Yes, it's gonna be a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of things that have been delayed up until this year, so I think this is gonna be the year that we just get inundated with a ton of great games. When is Arydia due to deliver? And last I checked, they had another delay, but I think it's maybe like Q3 this year. I have to double check. I have to check Ryan, but I am feeling fairly confident we'll see it this year sometime. So it only plays a core for Arydia. That's really fine. Yes, you'll have plenty of content. Plenty of content. I just called games that make space. I know. As soon as you get rid of stuff, the more stuff comes. It might be Q4. It might be Q4. Ludenim. I'm not sure. So it's not for a bit later. I think some of these are later as well. I think Earth Under Siege is Q3. I think Keep the Heroes Out is maybe Q4 or something like that. So, but there'll be a lot of good stuff coming. A lot of good stuff coming. Hey, your legs are my legs. Thanks. Hey, thanks for being here, Lane. Yeah, you're awesome. I see you all the time. You're great. Fall 24. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate it. Rogue Angels is pretty late in the year too. Yeah, that one I'm thinking they'll make it, but if it gets pushed later, that's fine. I mean, it's gonna be a great product of what we've already seen. I know Derek and Baird and I we all agree on that one. That one's gonna be an excellent product. So, of course, there's a lot of really big games that are coming up. I know you haven't seen too many on this list, to be honest. But there's a lot of those big games are gonna be great too, I bet. Okay, so that's gonna end this stream. The next thing coming up is we do have a co-op chat. I don't have a schedule on the calendar yet, but that'll be coming up. We're going to talk about difficulty levels of board games. And next week, there's a lot of fun stuff. A lot of fun stuff coming. It's going to start off with, I think the plan is Monday, we're going to play Mythwind. So I got that copy just recently. So that is also by Open Owl Studios. And we're going to be doing a playthrough of that one. That one, I kind of avoided doing a game series. I've been changing it up a lot. I might do a series of that one. And especially if you guys are interested in seeing that out. Because that was one of those games that you could keep playing a while. And you can kind of just choose whenever you stop, which is kind of cool. I'll do at least a few of them because I want to cover all the different characters in that game. So how that works. But that'll be Monday. Wednesday, I am teaming up with Brews and Board Games. Andrew over there. Him and I are going to join up to play Uprising together. So that'll be Wednesday. And another team up happening next week is Thursday. Derek and I, Derek from Kenji Studios, we're going to team up to play Ashes Reborn. So, and then Saturday next week is another co-op chat. I'm teaming up with Danny Cha with her channel, and Mike from One Stop Co-op Shop, and we're going to talk about doing reviews and some of the our thoughts behind doing reviews. So, Tidal Blades 2 is this year. Yes, that is one of those games that I backed, and I dropped my backing. Not because I didn't think it was a fantastic game. I think the game is going to be amazing. Like, I played the demo of that game. It was a great experience. It was one of those moments where, like, man, I've got game A and game B. I have so many funds. I got to drop one of these. And I don't know what the other game was comparing it to, but at some point I unfortunately dropped my Tidal Blades 2 pledge. But that is going to be a great game. Definitely a great game. So, all right. That's it for today. Thanks, guys, for joining me on this chat. And I'll see you guys next. I don't understand what you're saying right now. I know, Derek. I try to keep a budget. It's tough sometimes. So, but anyway, thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time at the guild. Bye-bye, everyone.